Yo, right here. Yo, right here in the small box. Right here in the small box. Welcome back to Single Seated Reactions only on the Flex Mind Network. I'm the original Anomaly. Welcome back to the channel. Hey, I said this was next. I said this one was next. We're going to go straight into this by Jalopy Bingus or Bungus or whatever, however you say your last name, brother. I know it's not your real name, but you know what I'm talking about. Look, this video is titled, We Owe Meek Mill an Apology. Really? What can we all owe him an apology for? We'll find out in this video right here. Look, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the reaction. Let me know what you think about the situation. Let me know your overall thoughts on all of the shit that's going to happen in this video. And with that being said, let's get straight into it, all right? Let's go. Talk to me, brother. Let's good.
This video is about to get very surgical. So
okay. Hey, come on, lock in right here. Small box. For real?
For a few things, but mainly how we allowed the beef between him and Drake take place. You see what I'm saying? And that sounds crazy at first, but I believe as I break down the whole situation, I think it'll give you a more clear view on what might have actually happened in that scenario and how this decided the fate of one of the realest rappers, hip-hop dudes that came out of that blog era. So before I even get into all that, let's just take a look into Meek Mill's background for those of you that don't know.
Like I'm so motherfucking hungry, let my head hurt. I had to get myself together, make my head work. But at the same time, keep my record. Man,
if you don't get your Francine Frensky ass out of here, bruh. Out here looking like a character from Arthur. I'll be silly sometimes. Let's go.
Now, as y'all can see, Meek Mill was somebody who come from the
man. That nigga look dry as hell.
Off of being from the streets, but bro was in Philly doing these raps. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is the core of a lot of the, you know what I'm saying, the heaviest spitters in the game. Like, some of the best rappers always come from Philly, and Meek Mill was one of those dudes who understood the rules, who understood the competition, who understood the competitiveness, and had that sense of hip-hop culture instilled in him from the jump, just being in Philly. I want y'all to keep that in mind. But now let's go over what this whole beef was about in the first place. So Meek Mill got a song on Dreams Worth More Than Money featuring Drake. Okay, so Drake got this line in the song where he says, "The girl your dreams to me is probably not a challenge." Now, a lot of people at the time felt like this was a shot at Meek Mill, to the point where Meek Mill asked if this was a shot, right? And basically they was like, nah, Drake didn't even write it. It was a different guy.
Oh my God.
Right? They then told him that Quentin Miller was the dude who wrote the verse. So Meek Mill, you know what I'm saying, basically crashed out and went on Twitter and said, Drake does not write his own stuff. So Drake drops Charged Up and nobody likes it, bro. I'm saying everybody is saying this shit is trash. If you was there, you remember, bro, everybody was saying Charged Up was garbage. And Meek Mill wasn't responding for two reasons. Number one, he felt like the song wasn't good enough to respond to. Number two, he didn't.
Here's the thing. He's not wrong. He's not wrong, because even in Toronto, don't get it twisted, they're going to play both songs. They were going to play Charged Up, and after Charged Up, they play back to back. But you got to remember, in the clubs, to play this track in the clubs, it's kind of a mistake, because it don't really matter. But this, like I said, this songs don't really matter in clubs. Unless it's hitting. Unless it's hitting. That's the thing. Charged Up had some plays, but it never stood the course of longevity. Right? But what song did? Back to Back. I was there in the clubs in Toronto. Back to Back was played at all the house parties, all the hotel jams, all the clubs, after parties, after hours, everything. Back to Back was played everywhere. It was the superior track in the 2-pack. Charged Up was cool, but Charged Up is forgettable. I'm only saying this because I agree with him, right? Because I'm giving y'all context of what happens here. Because I was outside for that. I was at the house parties for that. That was college time for that, for me. Right? So, to hear back to back everywhere, and it's still being played, mind you, hey, bruh, it really was a superior track. So, when I hear people outside Canada say this, I'm like, wow. Okay. Because here in Canada, we have a little bias. So it's a little different for us, right? But out there, the rest of the world, it's just based on what they hear, what sonically sounds good to the ear, what pleases the ear. And that was back to back, was never really Charged Up. Let's keep going, though.
I didn't feel like he had to go head to head with somebody that don't write their shit. Because you got to think about it. Being like, bro, this is hip-hop we talking about, bro. Having a ghostwriter or having somebody sending you reference, like, that's crazy.
That's a no-no.
Verses, that was a no-no back in the day. You
Yup.
was clipped if that found out about you, bro. But then Drake dropped back to back, and it was getting played in all the clubs, and it was getting played. We're gonna get back to that. So at this point, Meek Mill feel like he gotta respond because it seems as so that back to back is going crazy, right? So he did respond with his track "Wanna Know." And before I get into that, I just want to explain something to y'all about battle rap. First of all, shout out Rum Nitty. If you've never seen a Rum Nitty battle, you need to. This dude is an alien, bruh. He's an alien. But in battle rap, there's a couple things that's going to like have you automatically lose a battle. In battle rap, you would be committing career suicide if a battle rapper could prove that somebody else was writing your shit, bruh. In battle rap, if I'm battling you and I can prove that somebody else is writing your shit, you're dead. You're dead. I don't even gotta say much. I can start my round with the proof and end that shit. Cause you don't write your shit, nothing you say matters anymore. Cause we don't know if you wrote it. Now that's the thing. I didn't stop being a fan of Drake until I found out it was true. You see what I'm saying? And when I found out it was true, that's when I knew I was like, I can't rock with Drake no more. But I found out it was true through Meek Mill.
I just wanna know if you ain't right there running through the six shit. Tell us who the folks quit running through the six with. Running through the six with my own. Count money, you know how it goes. All the way to the left, I had the baby.
Okay. So there's a reference track then. If I'm correct, that's a reference track right there. If I'm correct, if I'm wrong, cool. You know what? Let's keep going. I'm going to give my thoughts after, but that seems to me like a reference track. I just want confirmation of that first. So let's keep going.
Boom. Quentin Miller is exposed as a ghostwriter for Drake. Through a reference track that Drake made almost no...
That's all I needed to hear. Look. Here's the thing. And what I want to explain is how when Drake did what he did by dropping back to back and Charged Up, okay. This is what the fans did actually. So it's not Drake, but it's the fans. So if anything, it's another ego boost for him at the time, right? We heard this. We probably never heard this. We probably heard me. We heard Meek Mill say he has a ghostwriter. Traditionally, what he was saying is that you get axed out for that. But in reality, all the fans are here. We're all loving it. We say we don't care. We want to hear the slaps. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, this is around the streaming era, right? Meaning, we just want to hear songs. We want the artists to supply the songs so we can get our daily fix. Because we are so greedy for music, we ignored the rules and regulations to a traditional rap beef that was occurring right in front of us. The one thing Drake did that was smart is drop twice on Meek Mill head to force Meek Mill's hand to respond. When in reality, he didn't even really need to. But we know how it goes in the culture. You're going to get looked as a soft-ass individual, right? It's a tricky game. And on top of that, the behind-the-scenes works of the music industry makes it even worse, if we're going to be super honest. Because, remember, Drake had a lot of push from the beginning of his career. Setting up the rap battle for Drake was really smart, and to set it up with Meek Mill, which is a seasoned battler. Because he does that in the streets for real. To set that up and to do that to him, adding in a rule where ain't nobody said there's no rule where you can drop twice on at once on someone's head. He dropped Charged Up a couple days later. It was back to back. There's no rule for that in the book. So why not do it, right? It's a smart play. It's genius, to be honest. You know, kudos to whoever came up with that, if it's Drake or not. But for the fans to come out and say we don't care just shows that around that time there was another shift in the consumption of music. Because people were tired. You have a younger generation that just wanted to hear music, wanted to hear some fire. Alright? They want to hear some fire. All I'm saying is Drake was the favored individual in the whole thing from the beginning. The fans preferred Drake over Meek Mill. Drake's fans are way more loyal than Meek Mill's fans. And to have the fans say, we don't care, outweighs the rules to a traditional rap battle. Because he's saying there's a reference track and there is, and it was gross written for Charged Up. Nobody cared because we had a second one. Maybe that's why there's a second one. You never know. You never know what goes on behind the scenes. All I'm saying is the fans definitely dictate the outcome of the battle. It's interesting to see, to be honest. Because thing about this is, it doesn't really come down to talent. It comes down to popularity. But that's because a popular individual stepped into the ring with a talented individual. Now, when it comes to popularity and talent, at that time, it was popularity. No doubt. You see what I'm getting at with this? How I'm trying to like break it down? Because with the fans, you have opinions and bias. The more popular individual in this rap beef specifically, because it was such a perfect matchup for Drake to win. If we're going to be super honest. Drake doesn't really need to study his opponent because people will study the opponent for him. Because it's already confirmed Quentin over here rapped and he referenced and wrote this song. It's already confirmed. It's right there. It's right there confirmed already, right? So the talent doesn't matter in this situation. The only thing that was really studied was Meek Mill himself and his character. He seems to be a laid-back individual. You know? That's his downfall, though. They exploited that and used Drake to say, use this and use this. The fans will do the rest for you. That's it. After that battle, it was absolutely uphill for him. It was so uphill to the point where with Pusha T, it didn't matter. He accepted the L, mind you. The victim accepted the L. You are hiding a child. Let that boy come home. Deadbeat mother playing border patrol. Tick, tick, tick. That man is 666. I got the devil flow like 666. Bro, like, come on, bro. He accepted that L. But for some reason, with Kendrick, can't accept it. And I'm going to make a little note for myself. I'm going to write down the word victim to remind myself that I got a point to get to. Let's keep going with the video, though.
Adjustments to. In my mind, it was over. In my mind, it was over. In the minds of the people that I was talking to face to face at this point, it was over. But something happened. Nobody cared that Drake got exposed for having a ghostwriter.
What I said.
And it was because the song was being back to back, was being played so many places.
Yup.
People was just like, well, it's a good song, so who cares?
Yup.
It was crazy. And I watched in real time the internet start to switch and say that Drake won the battle.
Tell me how I said it before he got to it. This is my first time watching this video. This is my first time watching this video. To all the people out there that be clowning my assumptions, I'm telling you, for someone to research it and for me to literally think it based on the knowledge that I have of this shows that sometimes I'm going to have to go on tangents, and when I go on those tangents, I find the answer, alleged or not, that lines up with their answer. He did his research. He did his research. All I had to do was use the knowledge I already had and just think about it. And then say it. You can't make this up. And it's not the first time this happened. This has happened multiple times on this channel.
I remembered it from point to point. I remember this. And Meek Mill said something very interesting at the beginning of 102.
I wanna know if a nigga ain't really putting it in, but acting like he putting it in. Niggas still letting it fly like it's cool. I really wanna know, man. This shit getting different out here. It's getting spooky.
Here Meek Mill is saying, how is everybody letting this dude slide? And y'all know he don't write a shit. Like, this shit is changing. This is not the hip hop we used to know. And,
Yep.
and he was telling the truth, because right after this beef, a huge shift in the culture took place, where the commodification of this shit and the rules changing and ghostwriting didn't matter no more, and bro, so many rules were broken with this rap beef right here, and the fact that we as a culture allowed it to take place, and we allowed Meek Mill to take that L, we also gave hip-hop a huge L. And you can see over the years that took place after this rap beef, bro. 100%. Another reason we need to apologize to Meek Mill was because I'm very sure, right, that the things that Drake is accusing UMG of doing for Kendrick is because they did it for him versus Meek Mill.
That's already been talked about by numerous people that work within the music industry. The best name to put to that, surprisingly, is not Joe Budden. The best name to put to this, what he's saying currently, is Ray Daniels. Ray Daniels spoke about this. I forgot the name of the podcast, but on that podcast he said, how do you think Drake knows what Kendrick is doing, supposedly? It's because they did it for him. You know, like. So let's hear it again. Let's hear it again. Let's go.
Sure, right? That the things that Drake is accusing UMG of doing for Kendrick is because they did it for him versus Meek Mill.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds like a crazy theory, but I want you to hear me out. First of all, Kendrick Lamar alludes to something involving back-to-back in Euphoria. Back-to-back, I like that record. I'm going to get back to that for the record. Also, in UMG's response to Drake, they say something very interesting. Throughout his career, Drake has intentionally and successfully used UMG to distribute his music and poetry, to engage in conventionally outrageous back-and-forth rap battles, to express his feelings about other artists. He now seeks to weaponize the legal process to silence an artist's creative expression. Throughout his career, Drake has intentionally and successfully used UMG to distribute his music in rap beefs. It seemed like everybody just really went past that. You see what I'm saying?
Yo. It's right there. It's right there. It's right there. Holy crap. It's literally right there. Throughout his career, Drake has intentionally and successfully used UMG to distribute his music and poetry to engage in contentionally outrageous back and forth rap battles to express his feelings about other artists. Yo. I think that's the play to combatant Drake. Because traditionally now, looking at Pusha T first, traditionally now, if you were just to rap to get your ish off, it wouldn't work against Drake. Because Drake was the one that kind of introduced the personal side that you should not cross in rap battles. The best way to combatant Drake is to do the same thing back. But remember, the word combatant is used because this is a rap beef. So it makes sense to combat your opponent with jabs. Remember, rap beefs are also referred to as war. For the realest ones that do rap battles for a living, it's war with words. It's a verbal war. The man that has the best bars wins the battle, wins the war. Well, to be honest, to win the war, you have to consistently have that kind of bar to beat your opponent down. You know? Holy shoot. So Pusha T was like, oh, you gonna talk about my wife? Let's talk about your Beyonce. Who is your fiance? Sophie knows better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you combating it. So, to break it down, to combatant Drake in a rap battle, whatever he hits you with, you hit him back with it. And you know how he's going to do it. Ever since Meek Mill and Pusha T, he goes for the gut punch immediately now. He don't hold back no more. He going to talk about your wife. He going to talk about your family. Those are two no-nos in rap battle. You don't do that. You don't do that. But the game has changed where people are doing that now. The game has changed so much that men and women are beefing with each other in rap battles. Make it make sense. I mean, it's for the sport. But once it gets too personal, it's a problem. I'm rambling at this point. My point is, it's on display right there in front of y'all on the laptop. I'm right here. It's displayed right there. I can read it again, but I believe in y'all, you know? So I don't have to worry about that. But you see the play? It's UMG said it themselves. Keep going, bro. Victim, right? So,
and they're alluding to something here that if you look at everything else, it points to the fact that the reason Drake can't believe he lost. And he's pointing to the fact that the only way I could have lost is if what they did for Kendrick, what they did for me is what they did for Kendrick. I'm telling y'all, bruh, we let bots create.
So, by him saying that, I want to hear that one more time because I have a point.
Only way I could have lost is if what they did for Kendrick, what they did for me is what they did for Kendrick.
The reality behind it is that Not Like Us is loved by everyone, and the Grammys proved it. Everyone is saying A minor. Everyone's saying it because it's it's put together so perfectly in response to what Drake said about Dave Free. If anything, that A minor bar, you gotta thank Drake for that, because he's the one that wanted to do some ish like that in the beef. But what I'm getting to is that the reason why I said Not Like Us is really not botted at all is because it was played everywhere. Do you understand how... You understand? Okay, think about it like this. For it to be played at the Olympics that passed, for it to be played there, says a lot. It says a lot. That's a bigger stage than anything else. The Olympics. And for him to say, or for him to play Not Like Us there, those are free ears listening. When they hear that regardless if they know what that kind of bounce is, what kind of beat that is, what to do to it or not, it shakes people's up. Because what you guys need to understand when it comes to listening to something, if you keep listening to the same beat, similar style beat over and over and over and over, you're gonna get used to it. You're gonna like it, but you're gonna get used to it, right? But to hear something like that, regardless if it was from LA or not, changes the whole spectrum of sound. Because now instead of hearing like a trap beat behind some melodies or whatever, you're hearing the beat going and then the flow come in. Mustard on the beat, hope deep boat, any rap nigga, he a freak throat, man down, call an ambulance, tell him breathe, bro. Another nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jaboni ass niggas trying to see Compton? You know what I'm saying? Like, mixing that with the beat, like, I'm like, what's good, my nigga? What's good, bruh? You know, like, that's why literally all the reactors were losing their mind, because they're like, this shit hard, man. Even Speed said it himself. This beat fire. Speed is a youngin'. Drake was supposed to have the youngins on lockdown. I know this video is long. I'm sorry, but it's me. I gotta talk. I can't stop talking. I always think this is what I do. So I say, you know what? Let me just turn the camera on and have a mic on while I do it. But getting back to the point about Not Like Us not being bot or using bots. For Drake to think Not Like Us use bots, and his thought process, he said, oh, they must be using the same thing. The same thing they did for me, but with him. Oh, I see what's going on. I'ma sue because I know what they're doing behind the scenes. That's not right. That's not right. That's not cool. Wow. When Drake was saying they fell for the trap, when in reality he fell for it. Because that could have been a trap. And remember, Kendrick is calculative. This is a dangerous battle, bro. These are like two superior figures. Two giants just going head to head in battle in combat. This is insane, bro. I just hope y'all are picking up on what I'm saying, but this is insane.
I'm telling y'all, bro, we let bots create that narrative. When these new pop fans that Drake brought into culture, we didn't care about our history. We let them control the narrative, and that's where we fucked up. And that's what brought us to this experience, bro, before this new shit. And it's crazy, bro. All I'm saying is, the second you heard that reference track, that should have been the end of that beef, bro. Because in battle rap, that would be the end of somebody. That'd be the end of somebody.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? And it's the same thing in the sport. You can't have motherfuckers like, no, how am I supposed to take anything you write serious? And I know motherfuckers writing for you. And we let that slide with no proof that nobody helped them write the diss tracks. You see what I'm saying? Like, we fumbled the ball. We fumbled.
Yep.
And that's why he got his ass whooped by Kendrick so much, because he bought into his own hype.
Yep.
Drake bought into his own hype with that shit, bro. And that's why he got smoked by Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Like, but hey, and I appreciate y'all checking out my music. My monthly listeners going up. It ain't a whole lot, but it's more than it was before. You know what I'm saying? And I've been getting great reviews. Thank you to everybody that's enjoying the music. Also, if you love Brenda's Got a Baby by Tupac, or you love Tammy's song or Sing About Me by Kendrick, you gonna love this. It's a true story. Everybody who's been listening to it, they love it. You know what I'm saying? They really do. So I think you'll enjoy it too. It's deep. It's powerful. It's reflective. Like, I think.
Mr. Victim, where do I begin? Drake, you need to stop playing victim, bruh. Stop playing victim. Seriously. What I was alluding to in the previous video, sum it up right here. Right here, right now. When I said he's playing a victim. You gotta stop. Why? Everything that has happened to you is all because you said it. You said it, bruh. You said it. Oh, you can call me a PDF. You can do this, you can do that. Blah, 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 blah. Then if that's the case, why are you suing? You said to use the tactic. So why are you suing? Is my question. Why are you going ahead with suing? Is what I want to know. Drake. You said you fed them the information. You're still suing. You're suing because they call you PDF, but you said to. In fact, if I'm correct, no, never mind. I don't want to assume something. It was in TaylorMade. You said this. Oh, you can go ahead and use that, whatever. Go ahead. Do it. And then you told him, drop. Like, bruh, you asked for it. And for you to come around and play victim, it's sad. It's sad to see. It's sad to see. You participated in this battle just as much as Kendrick did. The fact that we have to talk about it like this is sad. It is so sad. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, he hasn't let it go. He hasn't let it go. You asked for this. Kendrick is a smarter individual. He knows how to use his resources. He's been in the rap game long enough to know how to use the resources that he has around him. Remember, he's technically an indie artist. His distribution is through UMG. But at the end of the day, it's all him. You see what I'm saying? To sue, play victim, and do all this, knowing the things you said on Family Matters, TaylorMade, and push-ups. You got pressed by F the big three, it's just big me. A throwaway bar like what Kendrick said in Euphoria. He warned you. Keep it cool. Keep it to the sport. He warned you. He warned you in Euphoria. Don't tell no lies about me, and I won't tell no truths about you. He warned you. And at the end of Euphoria, again, he warned you. And then he spent all of 616 in LA to warn you. But you let your feelings and your ego get in front of what you're supposed to do. You're probably thinking, okay, I'm just going to do this. When in reality, your brain and your ego is just like, no, we going to crash out, Nick. What are we talking about? Hell nah. Family matters. Let's rap. Let's go. That's your brain right there. All you had to do was keep it to the sport. You didn't listen. Now what? Now you look crazy. Sad to see, man. Sad to see. All right. We can cut it there. I've been talking long enough. There's a lot of editing we got to do for this video. So, hey, bro, let's just get to it. You hear me? So, that being said, this is Single Seated Reactions only on the Flex My Network. Take care, be well, be safe, stay true, be you, live long, and long live. Peace. Man, oh man. What are we going to do with this one? Just drop better music, bro. That's it. Just drop better music.